So today we're going to talk about rain. But first, if you've ever wondered what I do with the wheelchair whenever I've got passengers, well, that's what I do. That leaves the entire sidecar available. Someone recently asked me whether I don't ride in the rain because I either can't film or if it's because I'm just a huge wuss. It's not really anything to do with the filming, but I generally don't like to get wet. That said, you don't really notice that when riding with all this motorcycle gear. So what it actually comes down to is my helmet. I quite like this helmet for its looks, but when it comes to rain, or it seems like ventilation in general, it's not really doing that good of a job. Which means that after riding in the rain for 5 minutes, my entire visor is fogged up and I can't see anything at all. So it's more of a safety issue actually. So to mitigate that, I've looked into a few different new helmets that I might be purchasing fairly soon, and what I'm landing on is either a Bell helmet or the Schubert C3. I haven't really decided yet on that count. The reason for that is mainly they are quiet helmets, not counting the Bell one. The Schuberts are really quiet helmets. At highway speeds they apparently run down to 80, I think it was 83 decibels. Noise isn't really something that's been bothering me, but of course that just might be because I haven't tried that many different helmets yet. It's also got a built-in pinlock visor, which I haven't been able to find any pinlock variants for this AGV helmet that I'm wearing now. So that's another camp towards a new helmet. Because I've heard great things about pinlocks, I've never tried them, but I've heard awesome things, and that's actually one of the reasons why I was considering that Bell helmet, because it's not really pinlock, but they've taken their visor and doubled it up so that it's kind of a built-in pinlock as standard, and because of the great ventilation in that helmet, it's apparently impossible to fog up. So I've been considering buying one of those as a bad weather kind of helmet. Now, as you can see from the photos here, the Bell has got these huge, sort of like grommet vents on top of it, and you can't close those. So apparently that accounts for the good ventilation. I've read the reviews and they don't whistle. Whistling in a helmet is one of the things that just annoys me to no end. I don't know why, and I'm not greatly affected by that in this helmet, but that's not supposed to be an issue on that Bell helmet. The issue it does face is that if you do ride in the rainwater does seep through the top of your head, but I see that as an okay trade-off really, unless I won't be using it during the autumn time when we get 7, 8 or even lower degrees. And I'm considering getting that in white, because with these gloves, this kind of grey hoodie, and my new rev'it and my new rev'it pants, I think I'd look great with a white helmet. That is by all means a secondary issue, trust me. I don't work a lot on color matching my gear with my bike. A lot anyway. So what about you guys? What are your guys' favorite helmets, or what are you using now? I've been considering as well getting a open face helmet, because they seem so incredibly easy. You just throw it on your head and you're done. Not that this helmet is any more difficult to use, it's just, I don't know, unhindered line of sight. I don't like to get a lot of helmet interior when I'm riding. I've found that much. If you do have any helmets to recommend or to actively stay away from, I'm all ears. I'm really happy with the rest of my gear. I'm thinking of doing a gear video pretty soon, just to show you what I'm wearing, mainly prompted by these new pants, because I'm super happy with them. They're so comfortable. I thought I needed something a bit more ventilated for this summer's trip, because I'm thinking, as we're heading through the Riviera down in Italy and even through parts of Germany, it's gonna be hot. I'm anticipating 35 plus degrees hot. So using the old black Kevlar jean setup, which is out of the question. I thought I'd end up buying these and just using them for that summer trip, because they'd simply be too ventilated. All of this, I don't know if you can see that, but all of this is mesh. But I've used it now a couple of times on and off. Right now it's around 20 degrees Celsius. So this is more or less the median of what we get during summer. And it's just so comfortable. I can't wait to try it on like highway speeds and longer trips, but I really don't think it'll be an issue. That's the local shooting range. Just swinging out. I think I have a spider in my helmet. I need to stop and let him out. I don't like spiders. I've spent a lot of time here when I was younger, shooting 22 LRs. Kind of missed those days. I'm thinking of picking it back up again. I really love these back roads. This is part of, or it's really close to Jungsvanne, the video that I did last year. One of the last videos that I did last year. And it's just such a beautiful ride during spring and summer too. Where you see that's the drinking water down there. Really bumpy roads though sometimes. They've got some bumps to them, these roads. All of this is about a 10-minute drive from the city center. 10-15 minute drive from the city center. Trondheim is one of the larger cities in Norway. I think it's the third or fourth? I think it's the fourth largest by population size anyway. It's not a big city on an international scale at all. I mean, how many city status places can you go 15 minutes outside of and get this? Trondheim is by no means special, but I've been thinking a lot about how when tourists arrive, you either arrive by train, which would take you in the middle of the city center. You'd arrive by cruise ship, as you've seen. That's a short stroll into the city center. Or you arrive by plane, which I suppose would give you some nice views from up in the air, but I feel like you're missing a lot of what this part of the country has to offer by constraining yourself to cities. I get doing that with California and New York, going to San Francisco, those kinds of places, because those places are tourist destinations by their own right. Trondheim really isn't. It's a small city with a couple of tourist attractions in the middle of it. But there's a lot to see outside as well. Just going on rides like these. So if you do come to visit, try to make it a point to rent a bike if you can't drive yourself up. I mean, worst case scenario, just send me a message and I'll give you a ride in the Sidecar. If the weather permits. I promise I'll be careful. I love waving at people. Obviously I do it at motorcyclists. It's still one of my absolute favorite things about riding. It's the biker wave thing. But I'm kind of guilty of waving at scooter drivers, bicyclists, and of course children and the elderly. The two groups of people that seem by far the most interested in the Ural. That's just one of those things that I find absolutely heartwarming. I really like driving around putting a smile on people's faces. And if I, simply by riding past, can put a smile on someone's face, that's absolutely worth it.